Welcome, my friends. If you follow this channel or read any sort of business or technology news, you already know that Elon Musk laid off 50% of Twitter employees. The remaining employees were told to commit to working long hours at high intensity or else lose their jobs. Instead, he sent all employees an email telling them to commit to hardcore work. Employees now see this email as a deliberate tactic to push out more employees. On his first day as Twitter owner, Musk fired CEO Parag Agrawal and CFO Ned Siegel. The next week he started laying off around half of the company's employee base. He also began firing some engineers who criticized his leadership of Twitter. Then he sent an email to employees to test their loyalty to his new vision for Twitter. Musk described his vision for Twitter 2.0 in the email. And he told all employees that they would need to be extremely hardcore. He required all employees to work long hours at high intensity if they were to keep their jobs. Employees were required to commit by the close of the business day on Thursday, November 17th. If not, they would be fired and given 3 months of severance pay. To his surprise, only a small number of people committed to Twitter 2.0. Now Musk wants to greatly increase the Twitter subscription revenue. And he wants to open up Twitter to more of what he calls free speech. But this move might violate Apple or Google's app rules. This creates a risk that Twitter could slow down Twitter. Or it might possibly lead to Twitter's removal from app stores. Or even gets its software booted from app stores. Musk complained about app store fees, which can run as high as 30% of digital sales. So, what does all of this mean for Twitter? What does it mean for social media companies? What does it mean for big tech companies? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Elon Musk has now laid out his plans for Twitter. If you recall, he purchased and took control of the social network last month. Musk wants to vastly increase Twitter subscription revenue. He also wants to make Twitter the home of free speech. In some cases, it means restoring previously banned accounts. Former President Donald Trump, for example, bet Twitter could be in conflict with two of the biggest tech companies, Apple and Google. But these changes could violate Apple or Google's app rules. Tensions are building up. Musk complained about Apple and Google App Store fees. App Store fees are obviously too high due to the iOS, Android duopoly, Musk tweeted. It is a hidden 30% tax on the internet, continued Musk. Musk has asked the U.S. Department of Justice's Antitrust Division to investigate App Store rules. The 15% to 30% cut Apple and Google take from purchases enrage Musk. That cuts into Twitter's desperately needed revenue. Musk's plans for $8 per month Twitter Blue subscriptions. Apple marketing executive Phil Schiller deleted his Twitter account. Twitter has already experienced an increase in harmful content since Musk bought the company. Bots flooded Twitter with anti-black and Jewish epithets. Twitter has suspended many of the accounts. Musk plans to offer paid Blue Truth verification badges. This has led to chaos in accounts including impersonating major corporations and figures. Some advertisers have pulled away from Twitter. Drug maker Eli Lilly experienced a fake verified tweet erroneously said insulin would be provided for free. The app stores took notice of it. And as I departed the company, the calls from the app review teams had already begun, said former Twitter head of trust and safety. As it turns out, Twitter and Apple have been close partners for years. Apple deeply integrated tweets into its iOS operating system way back in 2011. Apple CEO Tim Cook's Twitter account posts official company communications regularly. Apple has introduced new iPhones at its big launch events on Twitter. But the relationship is obviously going to change. Elon Musk needs to generate a larger amount of income from subscriptions. Twitter reported $5.08 billion in revenue in 2021. Musk has said as the goal is for half of Twitter's revenue to come from subscriptions. If that is the case, the hundreds of millions of dollars would go to Apple and Google. A drop in the bucket for them, a potentially massive hit for Twitter. One of Apple's main rules is that digital content, game coins, or an avatar's outfit, or a premium subscription, that's purchased inside an iPhone app, said Apple in a statement. Apple's in-app purchasing mechanism bills the user directly. Apple generally captures 30% of sales. That decreases to 15% after a year for subscriptions. The rest goes to the developer. Epic Games, Spotify, and Match Group have all complained against Apple and Google's rules. Together, they formed the Coalition for App Fairness. Microsoft and Meta have also complained in court criticizing the App Store system. Musk could possibly approach it similarly to what Spotify has done. Extend a lower $9.99 price on the web. There, it doesn't pay Apple a cut. Users then simply log in to their existing account inside the app. Users subscribing to the iPhone app pay $12.99 per month. Or, Twitter could do like Netflix and stop offering subscriptions through Apple entirely. Twitter could sell Twitter Blue on the Twitter website at a cheaper price. Blue could only be available on Twitter.com. That might work and it would cut Apple out of any fees. And Apple has detailed rules about what apps can link to in telling users about alternative ways to pay. As Netflix's app says, you can't sign up for Netflix in the app. Musk faces the power of Apple and Google. Apple and Google have the ability to decline to approve or even pull apps that violate their rules over content moderation and harmful content, said Netflix. Apple removed over 30,000 apps from its store over objectionable content recently. If App Store-related problems strike Twitter might be catastrophic. Apple and Google can remove apps for many reasons. For security reasons and platform billing rules. App reviews can delay release schedules whenever Musk launches new features. In the past few years, the app stores have started more closely scrutinizing user-generated content that starts shading into violent speech or social networks that lack content moderation, said a Netflix executive. There is actually a precedent for a complete ban. Apple and Google banned Parler, a politically conservative-leaning site. In 2020, after posts on the site promoted the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6 and included calls for violence. The decision to ban high-profile apps is made by a group called the Executive Review Board. Oddly enough, Apple approved Truth Social, Trump's social networking app. That took longer for Google Play to approve. Apple said that Truth Social lacked effective systems for moderating user-generated content. And it violated Google's Play Store terms of service. Google eventually approved Truth Social in October. But Google said that apps need to remove objectionable posts such as those that incite violence. Musk fired a lot of Twitter's content moderators this month. Apple and Google have been careful despite banning apps like Parler. Apple cites specific guideline violations like screenshots of the offending posts. They consider it safer than objecting to broad political reasons or pressure from lawmakers. On Twitter, it's often possible to find content that hasn't been flagged yet. But Apple and Google don't want to go to battle over what constitutes harmful information. That could end up leading to public scrutiny and political debate. App stores simply delay approving new versions instead of threatening to remove apps entirely. That might also prompt a closer look at the platform's current operations. Musk has considered allowing users to paywall user-generated videos. Apple and Google have never allowed pornography. Steve Jobs and Google do not approve apps centered around sexual content. Anything unsafe for work must be hidden by default. Twitter currently allows adult content, which could put it even more directly into reviewer sites. Apps with user-generated content are services that end up being used primarily for pornographic content. Do not belong on the App Store and may be removed without notice, Apple's guidelines say. But Musk often runs towards battles, not away from them. Now he has to decide whether it's worth taking on two of the most valuable and powerful companies in Silicon Valley over 30% fees and Twitter's ability to host edgy tweets. An Apple representative didn't respond to a request for comment. A Google representative declined to comment. Twitter did not respond to an email because they don't have a communications department. Musk didn't either. Musk brought in his crack team of trusted engineers from Tesla to assess the Twitter software engineers. Musk is clearly ordering a mass layoff to save money because Twitter is burning cash. Musk is also implementing monumental changes for Twitter to earn money. For example, the price of Twitter Blue is being raised to $8 a month from $3 per month. The subscription will also be a necessary requirement for Blue verification badges from now on. But users who are already verified will be allowed a grace period of months to start paying before they lose their checkmark. Elon Musk's moves are going to set a new benchmark for tech companies. This is especially true of social media companies. Musk is making very bold moves as he usually does. But frankly, there are a lot of tech companies that are not profitable. But I think that the day of reckoning has finally come. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.